Abigail Jarboe, 416 Maple Street, Lebanon City. And congratulations on making it 6 years past.
Talk about borrowed time, huh?
Actually, I have to tell you, the day that my father died, he was 71, and he said, Bill, I have no regrets. He said, the Bible tells us 70, and he said, I made it 1 year past that. I'm happy with where I am. So I made it 6 years past that. I'm even happier.
I recognize that you people do not control the judges, but you can't exactly go and complain to the judges, so I'm coming to you to complain. You can pass my message on to the judges, please. Yesterday, a friend of mine asked me to go with him to call on the list, and he brought 2 friends along. Call on the list is supposed to be a public thing. People in the public are supposed to be able to get in. But the judges call 400 people to all show up at once. You can't even sit down with 400 people standing around in the halls. There's not enough seats. Now, it certainly seems to me that there should be some way that everybody in that 400 group doesn't have to show up at the same time, because there isn't room for the public to go in. As a matter of fact, the sheriff's deputy forbade me to go in and even give the defendant I came with a message. I could have gone in, given him the message, and been out in 1 minute. He wouldn't even let me go in to do that. I am not happy. I also am not happy that I am told by an attorney, whose name I am not going to mention, that the same thing happens at jury selection. That at jury selection, the public cannot be in because there's too many people in the jury to fit them. Now, we've got 4 courtrooms, but they tell me only 1 courtroom is used for this kind of stuff. Not to mention, I believe, don't we have a courtroom downstairs in central booking?
The auditorium.
The auditorium.
The auditorium.
Yeah.
Well, how many people does the auditorium hold?
Couple hundred.
Couple hundred? So, why can't something be done so that the public has their constitutional rights to go in? The sheriff's deputy, a heavy-set man with grayish hair, whose name I do not know, was standing at the door, screening people, saying, if you are not a defendant, you may not go in. If you're a defendant, go in and sit over there. Well, some of these defendants maybe are a little bit scared, and maybe they want their mother there, or their cousin, or somebody. And there were people sitting out in the hall that were saying they wanted to go in and they were not allowed to go in. Now, I looked in that room and I saw spaces, so I went out and I counted the number of defendants standing around in the hall. And then I went back, and he wouldn't let me look to see how many seats there were in there. But there were empty seats, and people could have gone in. And he said to me that if he let me in and another defendant, a defendant needed the space, I said, I'll go out if a defendant comes and needs a space, but there are all these empty seats. So he said, I can't let you in, I have to let everybody else in. But something needs to be done. We do not need to have 400 people standing around in the hall. To have that many people, not to have enough space. It's, in my opinion, a violation of our constitutional rights. And particularly in jury selection. Well, it's bad enough at call of the list, but I guess they don't do much at call of the list. So it's probably not as bad as jury selection. But if a defendant wants people with him for jury selection, it seems to me it's his constitutional right to have them. Now I hear, I don't know for sure, but I hear this has been going on for years. We've got 4 courtrooms. You don't have to have 1 judge hearing 400 people. Something needs to be done. So if you have any way to pass this message on to the Sheriff's Department, I don't like it. And I know that there were a lot of other people sitting out there that didn't like it either. Sitting, some of them had seats, but how many seats do you have in the hallways of the courtroom? You don't have 400 seats up there. And if everybody in that 400 brought along his mother, his cousin, and his sister, you're going to need 1,200 seats. This is ridiculous. Something needs to be done. So thank you.